Okay. CPU 19, FPS going through, recording. At 8 seconds.
Hey, I'm still proud that I got my finger.
And so it begins.
The internet can totally see you now.
Okay, so here we go. The Dice and Stuff live cast is technically, according to what I can see, can now hear me.
Woo!
Hello, YouTube. We love you.
We're just waiting on confirmation here, just to let us know that we are indeed live from the other computer in the room. And then once we get that confirmation, ladies and gentlemen, we will officially begin the Dice and Stuff live cast. Officially.
Officially?
Officially.
I feel like we need the Jeopardy's music going now as we wait.
That's copyright, I'm not using it.
I was going to say, how about Sanford and Son?
Oh.
Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, we're good. We're up.
You're up and you can hear it?
Well, I can't hear it.
Well, turn up a little bit. Let's see if we can hear it.
Did you change
Are you
Live
good?
event is not supported because
Yeah, it
I
says
can't do it on
Dice and Stuff
myself.
livecast. Why?
Because it still says test 6.
Yeah, it does. It says live stream test 6. You did not change the title.
I'm just like, what?
I saw that. I kind of assumed it was supposed to be that way, so I didn't ask any questions.
Fool.
I didn't see it at all, I'll be honest.
I wonder if I can change it during midstream. Let's try.
Your changes are being saved. All changes saved.
Yeah, it seems to have worked.
There we go, we're here.
I can't spell live.
I can't talk, we're all euchred.
I'm now super capitalized.
You were like, welcome to the live! No, live stream!
Welcome to the live scream.
Okay, we're leaving it like that.
No one else is on the chat right now, right?
No, but if people start listening, then this all gets saved.
No.
So,
Oh yeah, no, we're in. We're good.
yeah. So, in 3 weeks
All right,
from
cool.
now,
Well,
people are
let's,
gonna hear this.
Oh, okay.
Let's officially start this then, I think, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a great idea. If only all of us were still here.
Can you hear that from the other room?
Wait, excuse me, caller. When you're on the phone with us, can you please turn down your radio?
Okay, so as a plane gently flies overhead,
It's okay. They don't know my exact location.
that's okay.
To the left.
Along with all the boxes to the left,
Yeah, sure. Sure, why not?
All right, so I'm just waiting for
Can we
our
not
technical
Beyonce
person to come back
songs?
and give me a thumbs up here. Just to let me know everything's okay and that we're rolling, and then we'll begin.
Oh, there's a delay on it.
Yeah,
course
it's
there's a
about 30
delay.
seconds.
Now I understand how this all works.
Yeah, it's about a 30-second delay. And
Okay.
it's about a 30-second delay for speaking, and it's about a 3-second delay for typing.
Oh,
So someone will hear us say something 30 seconds after we've already said it, then we'll get the question.
okay.
But
I
we'll
know
just,
how 2017 works. I've totally done this live thing before. I'm live 24/7, man.
There we go. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
The delay's much less.
Oh, good. Good. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dice and Stuff Livecast. March the 4th, 2017. We have all of the Dice and Stuff podcasters here in the same room. The room is very packed. We have lots of people in here today. We're just going to go around the circle, and we're going to go through and say, oh, we have a message. Well, oy vey to you too, sir. Hello. Not Michael.
You're not in the text
So
screen.
I know I'm not in the text box. I got to go down to it. It's a technology. We're still working on it here. So I will say, oy vey, back to you.
Or you could just say it out loud because they're going to hear it.
Yeah, I can do that too, but some people want me to type things. Anyway,
That's because there's a 10 to 15 second time delay on the speech, but there's only like a 3 to 5 second delay on the text.
what we're going to do is I am going to actually just kind of give a quick explanation of how we're going to be rolling things here today. We are going to be doing questions and answers. You can post your questions right here on the YouTube live chat on the right-hand side. I will periodically also be going back to our live events page on Facebook. So if you have a question or something and you want to post it there instead of on YouTube, you can do that as well. Because I know some people you don't have a Gmail, but you have us on Facebook, so you can get your questions to us that way. We're going to endeavor to answer as many questions as we can. I do have other questions to just kind of get us rolling as well that I've collected over the past little while from people and from myself. But before we get into that, we're just going to kind of go around the circle and introduce everybody that's here at the table with us today in our packed space. So I'm going to start here on my left.
This is Justine. You might remember me from Cowl Cops or from Runner's Run. I played Tiny Tina and Phoenix.
And then...
Oh, I'm next. This is Robert. I do a lot of stuff. I did Cowl Cops. I did Runner's Run. You might also remember me as the one and only Colin from Humeon. I think that was all we did.
Make sure to talk loudly too, Rob, because your microphone's slightly
I
off.
will remember to talk loudly.
We'll hear Rob wherever he is.
That's fair.
I'm Sabrina. I'm in all the games.
All of them.
I play all the games.
And we're leaving it at that. Okay, I'm Cade. I play Lancier Freed. Liam. Sorry.
You're including your secondary character.
Yeah. Well, no. Liam Ferris was in the Liars era. Liars.
Oh, he was.
That's where I got the name from.
Fair enough.
That's appropriate.
That is appropriate.
Yeah, that was the joke. It seriously took you this long to get that joke?
I don't pay attention.
It's a connected universe.
Dun dun dun. I also play Xavier in Humeon.
And I'm TJ, Tiberius Jackson in Era of the Consortium. That's it.
No, you're in Era Liars.
Well, yeah, but that was just like a one-shot thing. Yeah, I don't even remember who I played in that. That was going back.
Snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
You were a dirty snake oil salesman.
Which is different than any other character I play. How?
I wasn't going to say anything.
Let's be honest here.
What
You weren't
TJ means to
hacking
say
flashing,
is that he has a wide dramatic range. He just chooses not to exercise it.
Or exercise, period.
Or exercise period. There you go. Okay, so we are going to be beginning the live cast. We're going to go for maybe an hour or so, depending on how many questions we get going. I do have some questions here. Now, I'm going to pop through and just ask questions randomly to people according to what we have. So, first things first, I'm going to just go around the circle in the opposite direction. I'm going to start with TJ. And just so that people know, how did you first get into role-playing?
Are you talking about video games, or just pen and paper, or just in general?
Anything.
Or, well, video games right out of the gate. If you want to go to pen and paper, then I would be through band practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, about 5 years of trying to find people to actually play D&D with. Then one day you're all like, oh, I gotta leave band practice, I gotta go play D&D. I'm like, excuse me, what did you just say? How have I not known this for 6 months? When are you inviting me over?
And then you came over and you've been playing with us ever since.
Yeah, we can't get rid of you. I wasn't there then, but still.
Well, yeah,
I was going to say, you weren't even there.
Yeah, you weren't even there. But yeah, that's basically it.
Awesome.
I started pen and paper at a young age. Both my brothers were into it. And my brother Ian, my very first campaign, I made Drow, the Drow Elf Druid. I was 6 or 7 at the time, so excuse the alliteration. But that stuck in my mind. I loved the character creation right off the bat and the storytelling. I was hooked ever since, and then I started playing in... Did we start in high school or public school?
Public school, sir.
Oh yeah, we started in public school. We started with some D&D and some homemade games, and with video gaming, with role-playing video gaming, the first Final Fantasy on the Nintendo. Just right off the gate. That was the very first one, and love the series since.
Let me pick that name up.
What?
Name dropping.
What?
I'm messing
That's
with
okay. If Final Fantasy wants to listen to this, they're more than welcome.
Yeah.
It's okay, TJ.
Come on, Square Enix.
Yeah, because we're not so ever not doing name dropping in any of our podcasts.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
no,
never.
no! I'm just gonna lean over here and grab my. Oh, no, I don't have any specific drinks today. Go
I
ahead.
have a Dr. Pepper.
Wing.
That's not fake sponsorship. It's an attempt at a Wayne's World reference.
It's a choice of a new generation.
There you go.
With specifically having the label out and everything.
There you go. We can't see that, but there you go.
Yeah, well, that's why I was explaining.
And Sabrina?
Well, started a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Thunder Bay. Because it's northern Ontario.
That's a whole different galaxy altogether.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I didn't really get into... Well, sorry, that's a lie. I did do a lot of role-playing. I was an online role player on IRC, and that's pretty much where I hung out most of my time until I moved here to the armpit of Ontario. And...
Don't give any more specifics. The snipers are waiting for TJ.
Gonna start dodging and rolling. Hopefully
And then-
I don't botch.
yeah, I just did more online role-playing, and then eventually I ran into you. Actually, I think it's more specifically I ran into Justine via my friend who went to university with her, and I found out from her about you, and then it kind of rolled all downhill from there.
You're trying to say
Hey.
I'm responsible for this?
You are, actually. You really
You are to blame, madam.
I mean, you got us into the thing with the boffer weapons,
Yep.
Grand Melee, yeah, Grand Melee,
Yep.
and then from there it was
Cosplaying.
just cosplaying. Yep, cosplaying,
yeah.
conventions. So it's all Justine's
What have you
fault.
done?
I can point all my off online role playing over at that lady. And then of course I play video games all the time. Right now I'm like stuck on ESO, so I may have an addiction. I get a game, I play the poo out of it, and then I get bored and go find a new game.
Right before the ending, usually.
Yeah, hey, I finished Assassin's Creed Black Flag a couple weeks ago, so I'm pretty damn proud of myself.
That's still new. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
My RPing stories could go on and on and on, but we'll just pass it on to the
We'll
next
move on
person.
then. All right, Rob.
See if he can blame Justine too.
I have been role playing in games and pen and paper for a very, very long time. Not unlike Cade, I had Final Fantasy on my original Nintendo.
Name drop.
Many years ago. Name drop all the way. Hey, like you said, if Square Enix wants to tune into this, by all means, or if Final Fantasy wants to tune in, because apparently Final Fantasy is a person.
It is.
But I had this sort of weird time gap of about 15 years where the only exposure I had to D&D and whatnot was, it was this like weird little bit of that movie E.T. that I thought looked kind of fun, and then I got myself a set of the second edition books and I just like poured over them cover to cover, but I basically never used them. And then it wasn't really until like university that I actually got like a proper group going. Like we tried games here and there in high school, but it would go for a little bit and then we'd stop, or we'd try something new, or we'd get bored of it. But ever since then, there's been games all the time.
Mine would have started with writing way back in elementary school. I know.
Whoa, you drawed one out. No, it's good.
I used to write collaboratively with my friends. So we would pass notes back and forth, and the story would just evolve. Kind of like forum role playing, but on pen and paper, weirdly enough. It wasn't until high school that I was invited to play in a Dungeons & Dragons game. And did that for a number of years, and then came to university. And of course, met Adam at the drama department, and he's like, "Oh, I like D&D," and I was like, "I like D&D." He's like, "Weird, you should come to my house." That's kind of how that started.
It doesn't always work, everyone, but sometimes you just throw it out there. And they'll come join you in your basement for a while. Anyway,
With a bunch of other guys.
with a bunch of other people just in the basement. Anyway,
I'll throw another point in that basket. I met our DM that we had pretty much all throughout university. One of the first week of classes or so of first year. I'm just sitting there reading a book, and this guy just kind of looms over me from the seat behind and says, "Hey, that's a cool book. We should be friends." And I said, "All right." And that's where it went.
nice.
I actually remember the first... It wasn't Final Fantasy that was the first game that hooked me with role-playing. It was Eye of the Beholder 2 Dark Moon.
Oh my god, I love that game.
For on DOS.
Yes.
Me and my brothers would fight over the computer to play that game.
I died
hours and
so many
hours.
times in that game.
When you get to that area, you can't rest, so you can't get your healing spells back. Oh,
Someone saying
Hi!
hi.
Razor.
Hey, the Razor. Hi.
The Razor.
Now remember, for everyone listening, there is a slight delay from when we see you say anything to when we say hello. So don't be offended if we don't say it right away. But hello, Razor. The Razor.
But yeah, Adam, I actually lied too. I actually roleplayed before I met you.
Stop lying, people!
Dun, dun, dun.
Next thing you know, Rob's gonna be like, actually, when I was 3 years old, I found a D20 and I choked on it. That was my first botch ever.
No, I did. Justine.
And Rob's mom. Just
Hi, Mom.
No, I did forum role playing in EFED, so it was like online forum wrestling role playing.
Oh, there you go.
That was a whole weird thing back in the early 2000s at EFEDs.
I completely forgot my time as a role-playing forum E-Fed person, which is also my only exposure to pro wrestling.
Well, for me, I first started role-playing back in grade 5, I think, with Cade and a bunch of other guys at a scout camp. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
we were sitting in the middle of the woods in a teepee, and we were bored because none of us wanted to go and do anything or sleep like we were supposed to. So I just said, well, let's just play something. So the very first game we ever played was a homebrew.
Yeah, it was Quest.
It was Quest. It was
Yeah.
my own game I made off the top of my head. And we used whatever little toys or figurines we could have.
the pencil. I think that's when the pencil thing started.
That's how I roll a d12. I spin a pencil up in the air, and how it lands is like a clock, and that's my 1 out of 12. We started in the forest role-playing.
Yeah. In
Wow.
a tent. Well,
That was a very long time ago. No,
Rob.
actually, to answer your question, the question was, should they be seeing something other than the title? The answer is no. The Dice and Stuff livecast, March 4th, 2017 title. That's the image that we're going to be using. It uses a lot less bandwidth right now to use just a steady image, and there's not enough room in here to get a good camera angle anyway. We'll get a picture up another time, but
We could put it behind you, but then nobody will see you.
yeah, so it's more like a radio show.
yeah, kind of thing.
The old school radio show.
There you go.
The New School radio show.
There you go.
It's coming to you live over the interwebs.
All
So
of
it's
them.
like a podcast.
Imagine that.
Bring it full circle.
There you go. Okay, so just as a reminder, I am checking through between the Facebook page, the live event, and through the YouTube here. If anyone has any questions for us, and the questions could be anything at all, like you could ask us about favorite characters, you could ask us about favorite systems, you could ask us all kinds of things. You're very welcome, Gail. So you can ask us pretty much any questions that you want about role-playing or anything like that, really, about the business or anything that we're doing. But I am going to go through now, and I had a risk at asking this question, but I have to ask the question to everybody here in the room.
Do we need a roll?
No. No.
I got dice. I actually brought mine.
Of course, we all have dice. Now, this question could go on for a while, but I have a time limit set for every one of us, because the question is, and take a second to think about it, what's your favorite character that you've ever roleplayed as?
Zephyrius.
Well, that was fast.
Zephyrius was brilliant. The first truly chaotic, neutral person I've ever played.
Give a quick, not too super long, but give a fast rundown, and you're being timed. So a fast rundown of Zephyrius. Go. And what system it was for.
It was 3.5. It was for a game Justine ran called Theos. And I pretty much played a bard, became a Stormsinger, which is the best bard class you can ever have because you can just rock everybody. And she would just as likely ride a body down a staircase as she would save a baby and throw that baby into a river of lava right afterwards. For no other reason than because she could. She was everything and anything. She would steal clothes for people. She would save people. She'd pray to all the gods. She was a friend of all the gods. Yeah, she was something else, all right. And also, touch attacks, you must let people touch you in order for them to work properly. That's the lesson we all learned.
I remember that, actually, kind of like a neat little
What, are they
side
touching
rule.
me? Okay, then I cast my spell.
I've never actually seen anybody ever cast a touch attack with their toes before until I played with that character.
Yep.
She reached out with her toes and touched somebody with her toes and shocked them.
Zephyrius was something else, all right.
That gives me a great idea for a new character.
Uh-oh.
Touch attacks only. Oh, this is going to be horrible.
The old favorite we always used to do with the vampire LARP was you just go up to somebody and you offer to shake their hand. If they accept, you've got a touch on them.
Yep.
There's that, but I was thinking about sneaking up behind people and just wet willy.
Oh.
Or
Have
using
that
a,
lightning arc spell that goes.
or using a
awful.
flying squirrel as your familiar to do touch attacks.
I love that idea. Take a flying squirrel and whip it. All right,
Any
so
small creature could work if you could
yeah, but
throw
flying
it hard
squirrels
enough.
can actually fly.
They
Glide
glide.
on a
Glide.
downward angle.
They can redirect, is what I meant to say.
So you're saying a
Follow with
hummingbird would be
style.
better.
Fair enough. All right, so who is next?
Probably my favorite character would be going back to that first game with Adam, which would be Mara Landers from our Demonicus game, which would have been Dungeons and Dragons 3.5, again with the classics.
There you go.
But I liked her because she was a halfling rogue who also happened to be lawful good, and a lot of people think that those two things don't mix well, but it was a fun challenge. She also was an atheist in a world filled with gods and magic, and she
And two very religious characters in your party.
yes, and she refused to use any magic herself or have anything to do with it. So that was a lot of fun. Oh, and she was party leader, even though she
Yeah.
was the smallest,
I remember that.
bossiest little thing.
And I remember in that game, I specifically made a character, and I did not even think about it as an NPC. They were introducing themselves to another party, and they're like, "Hi, what's your name?" And they're like, "My name's Kilmara." It's like, what? What's your name? She got all panicked.
Yeah, you were convinced that person was going to hunt you down near the
Just
end of the
murder
game.
you.
What else should I think?
Her name is Kilmara. Awesome. Yeah, I did like Mara. She was a lot of fun.
That was also the game that 5 minutes into it, not knowing your DMing style at all, you said, here's a map or something, and I whipped out a mirror to look at it and immediately translated something that you wanted to keep secret for most of the game. So.
Yep, absolutely. I had drawn on something in there in backwards and in code, and you figured it out.
Yeah, we were the first group because of that. And then you used the same trick for a major plot item, and it took us to the end of the game to be like, oh, why don't we try this trick again?
Yeah, but it worked.
Yeah.
It worked, didn't it?
When we realized that, because we spent hours sitting in front of there trying to
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Since I've been talking, I might as well jump in. So I would say same game, Tiberia. Not Tiberius, damn it. Tidarius.
Oh, man.
Yes. The Fae.
Oh, yes, the
half
Fae-Ree.
Fae-Ree, there we go. Just because of the craziness that ensued in that game with character interactions, mainly rendering another party member unconscious several times, and the hilariousness that happened with that, I just fell in love with playing that character because he was so... The way we ran that game, everyone got to develop their characters so well.
Yeah, I found that was one of those games where, you hear about it. You hear about epic games. Started them at level 1, brought them up well past level 20, and then we took like a year break, and then I did the epic version game, which was only like 2 sessions long. And it was huge. And everybody had an arc where they developed each one of their own characters and interactions. It was a very epic game. And it's kind of actually all brought... That was our first game here in Windsor.
Yeah,
that
it
was
was.
Brought
the
everyone
first
together.
game
Yeah.
with this group here, and you really set the bar high on that one.
Because TJ, you were in that one too. You were...
Yep, that was my first full campaign. My third time trying to play a game with you, and that was the first time we actually got... No, that was the second time, so it would have been the fourth campaign, because we had a campaign before that we never finished.
Yes, we did.
But, yeah, that was the first full campaign I did, fourth one that actually got going. Now everyone's looking at the screen.
Oh, it's because it's saying that people are going to experience buffering for some reason.
Yeah, I just got a message from someone else listening to it saying they were cutting out for about 10 to 15 seconds every 2 minutes.
Are we? Is the other internet on still?
Yes.
Can we turn that off? Maybe that'll give us some more output.
Fine.
Thank
Then you
you.
get no more technical support from me.
That's fine. We just got to make sure that we have enough output here.
Yeah, that Demonicus game too. I think we were the perfectly balanced party.
Your mom's awesome.
More fun with flags?
From Big Bang Theory.
Oh, right. Anyway. Oh, there we go. Stream health. We're good. We just turn the other computer off.
My hat's off to you, Gail. That good quote.
Excellent. And so we have 2, 3. Well, technically I'll answer the question 2, but I'll do it later. PPS, so everyone knows, I don't get to play characters that often. I maybe have maybe 8 ever. I've been the DM for decades. So anyway, I'll go to which one of you guys wants to.
Okay, so I guess it's me on the spot now. I lost that round of rock, paper, scissors. Still don't have a solid answer.
And give me a second. I just want to do a shout out to Jess as she's listening. So.
Hi, Jess.
Well, we better give a shout out to everybody that's in this channel right now.
Hi there, the Razor. Hi there, not Michael P. Hi there, Gail Dowsett, and her husband, who's also watching. I'm listening.
Listening.
That's not a P, that's a sticking out tongue emoji. It just didn't translate.
I like it better as not Michael P.
I bet I know who not Michael P is.
I think I know too. It's Jim. The guy with the giant magnet.
I think it's Toby.
Oh, it could be Toby. Go ahead, TJ.
Oh, God.
Favorite character.
Favorite character is... Oh, jeez. That's a hard one to nail down.
It is. It's a very
Your
hard
flute
question.
player was pretty cool.
Oh, God.
I like the time you played yourself.
Yeah. You know what? That was my initial reaction. Before Sabrina jumped in, it's like, the favorite character of mine was when I played myself, because it was such a huge stretch for me as a player. Let's play TJ as TJ.
We still have people asking if
Yeah, that was one of the UB homebrew battle royales we did there.
Yep.
No, I would say it's a toss-up between Blake, who was, again, in the Demonic Hiss sessions, and Vaden, which is the last 3.5 game we played. The half-orc fighter sorcerer guy.
Fighter sorcerer combo, yep.
Yes.
Who is not a plumber.
No.
Who is not a plumber.
No. Well, it looks like a tub to me.
For those in the audience
plumber, but
who don't know the joke, there was a woman who is killing people and putting their blood inside a bathtub to bathe in it to be young again, and Vaden pretty much stopped the whole thing from happening, and the Mages Guild person who was looking into it kept asking him questions about this magic tub, thinking that he would know things about it, and he really had no idea.
Nope, I'm no plumber, but it looks like a tub to me.
Awesome.
I guess that just leaves me.
Well, you and me. Both of
I
us.
guess, yeah. But you said you were going to go later. You kind of put us on the spot. It's sometimes it's really hard to figure out what your favorite character is. Like, I've played probably less than a lot of people, but I've had a lot of characters that I really, really liked and I really put myself into. If I had to pick one, if I've got to just pick one right now, I'm probably going to go with Sir Sefton, who was the essential. Whether or not you agreed with me, we often disagreed about this. But
we fought a lot.
I was the group leader in that D&D game that Justine ran called Theos. It was the whole thing was it was a group of different people all coming together from different backgrounds, different alignments, different perspectives of the world, and we went on this sort of weird group pilgrimage to all these different religious sites. And my character, my goal for this character was to play the group paladin, but without being the sort of smarmy, lawful, stupid, enforcing my views of the world and my own morality and everybody else. But I also had to be a good enough person that I was true to my own convictions while still managing to stop all of you from killing each other. It was a really, really challenging experience. One I don't know if I would do again because it was so hard. But it was really fun. If I had to pick one, that was probably my favorite.
I only killed one party member, thank you very much.
Oh.
It's a real toss-up for me about mine because I have a couple of them. I really loved Cogsworth from the Theos game. I voluntarily had my character have a heart attack because of how stressed and angry he was. So I voluntarily gave him a heart attack and lowered his constitution. But I think one of the most favorite characters that I've ever played, is also one of the longest running ones, was actually Nighthawk from one of the old games that we played back when I was in high school. And he was a vampire dragon shifting guy who became a god. And he was in Shauna's game.
Yeah,
and
I remember that now.
He was, oh man, he was everything that I ever wanted in a character. And he could do superpowers, and eventually he married Devaki, the goddess of vengeance, and became a god himself. And we brought those characters from absolute nothing. Literally peasants, up to godhood.
That game got a little insane.
A little?
3 of us became gods?
A little insane?
Yeah.
So
'Cause I
I'd say
became-
he's probably one of my favorites, followed very closely by the two characters that I played in Justine's games, actually, which would be Cogsworth, followed very closely after that by Ragnarokios,
Oh, Ragnarok.
who is
Yeah.
untouchable.
I
Untouchable.
forgot about that game.
Oh, I loved him. Absolutely.
No, those were good characters. I remember.
Yeah. Those are
we had
like
some-
if I had to pick though, I honestly think Nighthawk would still be my top because he's just also it was one of my first role playing experiences actually being a player because I usually always DM'd, but that was one of the first ones that they're like, "Hey Adam, let me DM for you," and I was like, "Okay," and it was awesome. So, okay, well we have that here. I'm looking through to see if anyone's asking questions out there, question people in question land, and we're not having any. So I'm going to do.
We miss you, Ed.
We do, Ed. We miss you. So speaking of which, I'm going to ask a question that I think Ed would like to have answered. And Ed, I'm sorry if I'm putting words in your mouth, but
Too
not
bad.
You're not here.
You're not here, you can't stop us.
If you're gonna speak for Ed, you have to do it in an accent.
man,
Oh,
I'll try.
I'm only kidding. You don't have to.
Well, I could try. I can't do his accent.
He's got a little
I
bit
can't
of
do
higher
it.
pitch.
Oh, I can try, but I don't think I'll make it.
There you go.
I don't think that's it. I don't think it's accurate.
That's just Austin Powers.
Oh there, baby. I won't do that to him.
Lower.
I apologize. I'll just
Lower.
touch field, baby. Anyway, so every single person in this room has had a chance to experience Ed's D20 era system. Every single person in this room.
D10.
D10.
D10. I got it wrong.
Did I
too.
say D6?
You said
You said
D20.
He said
Did I say
D6.
D20?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom.
So you and Kate both.
My
got
brain
that
is
one
still
right.
on Austin
And
Powers
then he
right
said
now.
D6.
That was
Alright.
me.
No,
No,
Kate
he also said,
D6.
did I say
Okay,
D6?
anyway, the era D10 rule set. Every single one of us has had a chance to play it, and I just want to throw this out there, and we've all been in different games, we've all listened to different podcasts of different games. I just want to go around and see which one of them you guys have had the most fun with.
Listening or playing?
Both. I want to see which one you've had the most fun listening to and which one you've had the most fun playing. I'm going to start. Okay? Listening to, I had such a good time listening to Era Survival. And that amazed me because when we started the game, Justine was sick, and it was really hard getting going with it, and it took a while for us to get into it. But when we listened to it afterwards, like the thing at the beginning is like listener discretion is advised. It's gory, it's brutal, but I had such a fun time listening to that one. It's just so much fun to do. Playing wise was Cowl Cops.
Oh, yeah.
Because Cowl Cops, I had my own rule that I could not take back anything that I said in the game. So if I said something, even by accident, that's what it was. Like if I accidentally said something that was the wrong color, now it's that color. I have to come up with why it changed color. But I think those are my two, listening and then for playing. Now don't get me wrong, Air of the Consortium still holds a place in my heart. Because I think for characters, that's my favorite one. Because there's just the characters of everybody that are in it are amazing. But that's me. So we'll go by three things.
Do
We'll
the
go-
voice.
Which one?
You know the one.
Mams?
No, from Cal Cops.
Oh, well, I've been in the bathroom forever now. I've been here for 2 days. Suck it.
I can go to bed easy tonight.
So let's do that. Actually, think of the ones that you've listened to and the ones that you've played in, and think of which ones kind of are your favorite. I'm going to go over to Sabrina because you're right in front of me, and you went first
You've
last
been
time.
in all of them, so.
I've been
Yeah,
in all
you've
of
been in
them.
all of them.
Aren't I just special? Because maybe this is my house. No, really, it is. Playing wise, I've kind of had fun in all of them because I managed to play more or less a different character in all of them. Like Era of the Consortium is Zanny, who's
Who's a little Zanny?
she's a bitter ball of engineering delight.
Ow, okay, just threw something at me.
Is it a cherry bomb?
Yes!
I was gonna say, it better not be chocolate.
No, it's one of those raspberry.
I
Oh,
got
it's
you.
Swedish
Continue.
berry.
I gave you the raspberry, Adam.
Yeah, so Zanny is just
Wait, sure.
she's also difficult because I gotta deal with Giggles Magoo over here.
Every game.
And this happens, and he loses it.
It only took 35 minutes for that to happen.
And then,
Sometimes it starts out like that.
Yeah.
But also in the game, once again, I play with TJ, which is always fun because for some reason, me and TJ always get along in games. We do. Even in
Darius
this one.
and Zanny get along.
We kind of
This is
do.
news to me.
Okay, the last episode we didn't really because he didn't listen to me, but in general,
Wait. I would like to put on the record, when in any of the 85 episodes has Tiberius actually listened to Zanny?
Or
that's
anyone.
true, but we've never really argued either.
Which is also true.
And I always give you
Planning
whiskey.
section that was 3 episodes long.
Well, whatever.
The point is that I never get along with Cade in the games I'm in with him. It's true.
Even
No.
even Humeon, you guys battle.
No, in Humeon,
Yeah,
not
we're...
so much, but we do. In Era, definitely. which is frustrating, but at the same time fun.
I think Theos we were fine because we were both kind of on, like, the bad team. Because Blade was kind of, sketchy.
Yeah, Blade was sketchy. I loved Blade. He was up there for one of my favorite characters. No, in the one
Liars?
where you're the half-elf and I'm the paladin with the dragon.
Fredonia?
Fredonia?
Yeah, thank you. My brain farted.
These are,
We get along in that one.
these
Yeah,
are
we
games
do.
that audience has no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But anyway, back
so-
to the topic of
Yeah,
era
so-
games.
Anyways, the era games, so there was that.
So Zanny's your favorite character that you play?
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying I like them. I like them all.
Oh.
Zanny's kind of one of the hardest ones to play because like, I have to not be so cheerful, which is why I like to play my characters, and also I like playing fighty types where she is not. She'll do everything she can to get out. So she's kind of fun to play in that way. But when you go over to Cal Cops, I was the laziest tart ever in that game, and she was hilarious to play because I kept doing the hashtag thing, and I hate that stuff so much. There's nothing that bothers me more than hashtag. It's called an octothorpe, and it's a pound key, and that's it. It's not whatever people are calling it these days, and you don't use it to make people notice things.
Hashtag learning.
Hashtag don't care.
Hashtag science.
Hashtag
learning.
beaker.
Tic-tac-toe board?
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
tic-tac-toe board.
Tic-tac-toe. Tic-tac-toe something. Anyway.
Yep, hashtag learning.
So for playing wise,
Oh,
you'd
man,
say that
play-
probably which one was your favorite one to play? Or
Oh,
roughly
man.
one of the most? And listen to. Which one do you like listening to?
I'll get to listening in a second. Okay, so Ghost was hilarious because she didn't actually float at all except for one scene. And then I just did nothing and then laid around. Literally laid
So
around.
Cowl Cops for your playing.
Probably. Liars was okay, but it was really hard coming up with lying about stuff because I played a watery tart that pretty much used her body to get everything. If we played that longer, it may have been something, but that one was kind of weird.
Which one do you like listening to the most?
I don't listen to any of them. I'm probably the only person in this room that has not listened to any of them. I cannot say in my own voice. I won't even listen to this.
Ah.
Wow.
You won't even listen to it.
You should definitely listen to either Cal Cops or Runner's Run.
Yeah,
'cause
Runner's
they're both-
Run was, I will admit, Runner's Run was just amazing because me and Justine just, oh man, we had a hoot, especially with the
Bad for
oxygen
Rob,
tank.
that one.
Take your crutches and run, man.
but using the oxygen tank to like knock everybody out in the room and stuff with the wheelchair.
I love
and
that wheelchair. Phantom wheelchair.
So I would have to say probably Runner's Run and Cal Cops had my favorite
Right on.
characters. Listening to them, it would probably be those two because I don't think I could like stand listening to Zanny.
Well, thankfully for those people trying to catch up, those are the short ones.
Yeah, there you go. You can listen to those two, the short.
You can listen to the whole thing and not waste your.
And now everybody
spend.
knows I don't listen to our own stuff.
Well, you're there.
Shame on
you're,
you.
you're part of it. you can hear it when it happens. You get it
No,
live.
there's a lot of actors in that don't like watching their own movies and stuff. 'cause-
Yeah, some do. Yeah, they don't like it.
Though I'm waiting to see how the new character in the new 3.5 game podcast will turn out to be.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, not anymore. It's not.
Well, we'll see.
Plug.
So,
Plug.
all right. So who is next?
Justine, because I was talking about her a lot.
Okay, there you go.
I'm probably biased, but I have to agree with both of you so far, which is Cal Cops and Runner's Run. Runner's Run for listening because we did have fun with it, but not as much fun as it sounded like when we listened to it later. And my favorite moment from that is, holy crap, what's a bear doing here?
I love that. What's a bear doing here?
But playing was definitely Cal Cops because we went into it with zero expectations whatsoever. You were just like, okay, let's start as if we've been playing this forever, and it's just a random episode, like episode 20 along in the series, and just go. And we jumped right into it and kept that energy up, and there were jokes there that sounded like they'd been set up, but, just weren't. And then I got sent in to do all the espionage stuff when I didn't have any of those skills.
I love the scene. By the way, one of my favorite scenes in that whole show, in that whole Cow Cop scene, is when you're in the freezer and you're leaping towards the light switch when you could just grow big, flick off the lights, and grow back small. But for some reason, you just had to stay small. You had to stay hidden.
And then the camera pans away and it comes back to me, and I find out I'm swimming in like blood or blood
Yeah,
or something.
blood.
And I'm like, yeah.
Awesome.
And last but not least, there's me. I hate
We also
that-
have
They
those two
haven't
over
gone
there.
yet at all.
You go for it.
All Sabrina.
I thought they did. I thought TJ.
No, we started with me.
Nope.
This is all kind of running into each other, man. I don't know.
I interjected a few times.
Yeah.
That could have been the confusion.
I've said nothing, which also leads to confusion.
I'm kind of the broken record here. I'm going to say that I enjoyed playing Cow Cops the most and listening to Runners Run, but I'll think of unique reasons why. Runners Run, the reason that I like listening to that one is because all of the stuff that I do is intended to be inside jokes that are really only meant to be funny to me. So when I listen to it later on and I forget it that I've already said these things, I laugh. I love it. You know, other people they may not like it, but you know, I'm doing it for me. That's okay. And Cow Cops, same kind of thing as Justine. Like I've never done something like that before, where we do a quick little one shot of a game, where it's almost like we're pretending that that we've been running this game forever and we'll keep going. Like we were trying to recreate that feel you got when you were a kid watching that old school Batman TV show, and you just tune in, and you're like, what's going on today in Batman Land? But I really loved the character that I had for that game. I made up this whole elaborate backstory, and I have all of that in my mind, but absolutely none of that came out during the game, and it probably never would, even if we did another episode. But it was there for me, and that was the most important bit.
Hey there, monkey paw.
We don't talk about that.
Excellent.
Do you want to go?
You can go.
I'll go.
Unless you want to rock, paper, scissors this one too.
He always picks scissors.
Oh, he picked rock.
I got
I could have been talking about either one of them. You don't know.
Okay,
That's true.
My favorite one to play is Era Consortium, out of the Era series games. There's something in the system I really want to try one of these days. I don't know if Ed wants to take a look, see if he wants to make interesting rules for it.
A little louder.
Sorry. It's a squad-based idea where each player has about 4 characters, and you just go nuts at each other. It's that system.
Like an Era Consortium death match?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because that system, I think, would work really well with it, especially with the quick kill rules. But as players, we take double damage with the quick kill, so we don't have to worry about it too much. But if that was taken out, it's like no quick kill is a kill. I think that could make it really interesting as a death match.
I think I just thought of a one-shot we might try.
Literally, a one-shot.
Yeah, literally, a one-shot.
Boom!
Era Consortium death match.
Yeah.
Broadcasted tonight on Hayden Bank Channel 3.
Dun dun dun. My favorite one to listen to, actually, Runners Run. There was a lot of quirks in that. It made me want to try that system with the survival. I'm sorry for my next one, Ed. The one game I'm glad we didn't do more of was Liars, because I ran into something in that system that really bugged me. Personally, I think the idea is hilarious, and I love the idea of the game, but it got to the point where I needed to have a sword skill to lie about the sword skill. And then that kind of just ruined the whole idea of it to me, because I'm not supposed to be the warrior. I'm supposed to be lying about being a warrior, but to lie about being a warrior, I needed to be a warrior. So I didn't like that.
I still think you lied about it rather well, personally, myself.
You can always just use the line, the greatest samurai always leaves his sword to rest in its scabbard. He doesn't always have to pull it out.
Yeah.
The scabbard being somebody else's body. That's why I don't have a sword.
Whoa.
Just leave it in someone else's body. I left it behind.
Okay, I went in a completely, totally dirty angle when you said that.
Just call
Of course
everybody
you
a
would.
scabbard.
Like good friend,
Like in Runner's Run. It's like, oh, what's your name? You look like a Mark. Yeah, I
good
can call you
friend
Mark.
Mark.
We'll call him Mark. Right on. And TJ.
I've only played in 2.
Do you listen to more than 2?
I don't listen to any.
I'm not the only one!
Here's another one.
Hey, here's my excuse. It's not because I don't like listening to myself or watching myself or whatever, because that's totally not the case. It's me. I love myself. No, I just don't have home internet to download anything.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Like, yeah, I'm on a podcast and do stuff online. No home internet in 7 years.
Could download it at somebody else's house. It's on iTunes.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't go out.
TJ's living in the dark ages.
You welch off of our internet all the time!
Yeah, when I'm here, like once every 3 weeks.
Would you like me to give you a CD copy of some of these things?
I could just give you a USB stick.
There you go. We'll do that. That way you can actually have them. But out of the two that you have been present with,
Across the border would be the consortium for both things.
awesome.
That's my answer.
There's no reason why. It's just I like the consortium.
And now I'm going to have to listen to these
That's
things.
all I do. Seriously, I don't remember Liars all that much because that was over a year and a half ago.
Fair enough.
And that was only, what, three?
Yeah, it was one session, so it came out to about 4 episodes.
Yeah.
4 or 5,
Yeah.
4 episodes, I
Yeah,
think.
we did one solid session. We had some good laughs on it.
Oh,
When
God.
we came up with our backstory. It was hilarious.
I found personally myself, I really like the ingenuity of Liars and what you have to actually think of. But just for pure fun of it, I love Calicops. Just because it was just absolutely fun. But I love the in-depth character creation and the character building that we've been doing through Air of the Consortium because it's been going for so long.
Yeah.
Like, let's see.
No, and like we came up with character backstories for that character. Some has come out, some hasn't.
Well, all of you guys actually have character backstory stuff that some has come out and some has still not.
Yep.
After
Yeah.
80-some episodes, there are still backstory stuff that people don't know yet about all 3 of you.
Yeah, which
Yep.
I think is great for our system.
Tiberius has background stuff.
Yes, I have background
Yes, he
stuff.
does. It's come up
Sorry,
one time.
did you used to drink vodka and then you switched to whiskey because of some terrible tragedy that happened?
Back in my gangster days, it was gin and juice.
Oh,
there you go.
cheap
That's
gin
awful.
too, I bet.
Oh, never Jeep chin. Never
Words.
Jeep.
Awesome.
Always the good stuff. There.
Now, we still have no real questions from people.
Check the-
I'm going to check the Facebook here to see if anybody has any questions.
I think Gail should ask some questions.
Yes, Gail. Do you have any questions about role playing? Please ask.
Or podcasting or anything.
Or the Razor.
Or
You can ask
gardening.
questions.
Or not Mike P.
Oh yeah, not
or
Mike P. You can ask questions
The
too.
tongue thing, if that's what it's supposed to be.
Or the Razor.
Oh, excuse me.
Any of them. Anyway, so we'll go to my next question for everybody, and this is kind of a. How do I put it?
In the form of a question?
Yeah, I guess I could. It's not
Do you have
Jeopardy.
the answer in the form of a
Better
question?
than you giving us the answer and we make up the question.
What
That
is
might be
we
an-
don't know?
That might be an interesting concept. There you go.
No.
All right, so when it comes to role playing in general, or video games, or anything like that, what really makes you hooked with role playing in general? Like, what kind of thing really hooks you with a role playing game, whether it be video game style, whether it be role playing game style? What really makes it fun for you? Because I know some people out there they'll listen to this and they'll think, well, I think role playing is fun because of X, Y, Z. Well, what about you guys? What do you find that really is enjoyable about role playing? And I'm going to start over here with Justine. Yeah, I pointed and scared you.
With any kind of media, for me, it's always been story. The development of the story, and especially at the beginning when you don't really know what's going on. There's that air of mystery and all those questions, and what trick is Adam going to pull out of his sleeve next?
Why are we rolling right off the bat?
Yeah.
That's a new thing. No, it's not.
And some
I'm doing
games
fine.
that we've played, either podcast or not podcast, the layers. So as you uncover one aspect of the story, there'll be something else behind it, and that'll be a twist later. So just the story and as it moves forward.
Spoiler alert, if you ever play in a game with Adam, the character who is the most obvious villain right off the bat is at least 3 layers away from whatever the real villain of the game is.
And your hometown will be destroyed within the first episode or
Gone.
two. It's gone.
Yep. Definitely.
And some people, that's in their backstory.
That is so true.
Look at Luxavius. What happened on Luxavius and Area Consortium?
No, and then the game before that, and the game before that.
The worst part is he did this to me not 3-4 days ago. We just started another game, and by the end of this first session, half session, whatever you want to call it, hometown totally doomed. And I'm like, why didn't I expect this to happen? I should know better by this point.
I'm going to make a game one day that you guys are going to be in where everything's going to be super flowers and rainbows, and it's not gonna happen.
We did that game. We were evil characters, and we took over
we
destroyed the hometown.
We did actually.
and
do
I
that
destroyed
game.
the hometown.
We
I
did
was
that
going to
one.
say, everything's going to be scorched earth except for the hometown.
There you go. Blow the world up.
Fredonia, you didn't destroy your hometown because we all met up somewhere else.
Oh, you're right. I did not.
But we don't
destroy
know
it.
what happened in our backstories because we may have destroyed our hometowns, but we're not sure.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not telling you.
/ we killed ourselves / turned ourselves into
Who-
babies. I don't know.
Who knows?
As
Or our
Justine,
own
as Justine
parents,
said,
like-
layers, layers upon layers. So, Robert, you like the destroying of the town? At the beginning of-
Well, I always like to have something. I always like to give you a nice little hook that you can like sink your teeth into. There, like it came from a game that we played called Crimson Winter, where Adam looked around the room and said, "So, does anybody in the group want to have a significant other?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever. My character can have a girlfriend." Another thing with Adam's games, if you give him something, he will run with it. It will be a very important part of the plot, and it will take over all of your lives. But I think the thing that always gets me into something is good characters. Like characters that are interesting and deep and flawed, and like I always try to have a character that like they've always got something going for them, but there's always something really really wrong with them in one way or another. Because I think that makes people more interesting.
Yeah,
makes them more realistic.
Sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
Everyone just looked at me like, why
that
did
he
you
interrupts
interject it?
people.
I love it. No, I was agreeing with Rob. Like I think that what makes a really great character, and I've seen that in his characters, like Colin.
Oh my
And
God,
I'm
Colin.
giving him applause for that. A lot of
Colin,
people
oh.
try to just build their characters to be the end all be all, and I find that doesn't always work. And I thought Rob does a good job.
I loved, by the way, Colin's fist fight at the beginning of Humeon.
I can totally take this guy
I
on.
can totally take this guy. Just getting his face just pummeled by this guy.
The most important part of that was as I was losing and getting more and more beaten up, my confidence only rose. Every turn, I'm like, oh, I'm almost dead. I'm like, I totally got this. I'm gonna get this guy. Smack down, I go again.
So we got layers characters.
Start with the boys.
Okay, the boys.
Stop looking at me. I know I'm in the middle, but stop looking at me.
Rock, paper, scissors, ring again. All right.
I think that's just going to be the thing for this entire day, where if anyone's like, okay, who's going to answer the question? You or me, TJ? It's like, okay, rock, paper, scissors, this, and that's going to be it for the day.
Next time you should pick paper.
Actually, you know what?
I haven't
think,
seen paper here yet.
You know what? I think next time it should be a roll-off, since this is Dyson stuff.
There's a
But-
whole
This
pile
is
of
the
dice
stuff.
beside
This is
you.
the rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, I got a whole
Oh,
pile
that
right
too.
here, too. It's a mix of everything. It's a mix between gameplay and the system. It's a mix between story. It's a mix between characters. I've always had a hard time getting a character going because 9 times out of 10, I get a phone call. Hey, TG, you want to be in a game? Okay, when are we starting? In 2 hours. Crap. I get there and everyone knows what the game is about and has a general idea what's going on, and I'm like, crap. Let's throw something together.
There was a couple I didn't do that to you with. Like your assassin. We didn't do that with your assassin.
Which one?
The Suin with the knife blade. You stab people and the blade turns into a hand.
Oh,
and
yeah,
rips their heart out.
yeah. So
That was a while ago.
So the very first campaign.
Was that
I
the first campaign?
That was the first.
Oh.
It was my third character, first campaign.
Okay.
After that, it's like, hey, TJ, you want to be in a game?
Yeah.
Okay. When do we start? Tonight. Crap.
Didn't you have a head-ups with Demonicus?
No.
No, he didn't.
No.
I called him, was like, TJ, I need another player for my game. Are you
No.
down?
Demonicus. No heads up. I roll up. I'm like, okay. Looks
I think Demonicus was literally like, TJ, what are you doing tonight? Nothing. Why? I need another player for my D&D game. You're in.
Okay.
Okay.
We
He
need
came
a
over.
cleric.
Every.
We need a cleric.
No. You know what? Was that how that happened?
Yeah,
It's like,
they needed a cleric.
Yeah. The most uncleric cleric ever.
No. Yeah. Do you ever heal any of us?
No.
He healed himself and gave all of our money to the church.
Yeah.
I didn't give money to the church.
Yes, you
You
did.
did.
Yes, you
I
did.
know. I know. I gave money to the church because they beat the crap out of their mailbox.
You did. And they just kept accepting your money to rebuild their stuff.
And they gave you that ring of strength.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy character. But yeah, a lot of the times, it just comes down to story and characters and just the way the game is going to flow. Because like, especially in those first initial sessions, because like I don't know how I'm gonna build my character or what plan or even, you know, just trying to figure out a backstory for said character. That all takes place within those first couple of sessions.
Awesome.
For me, pen and paper role playing, it's more about getting together with my friends and just being silly. That's why.
So you break into giggle fits.
That's why I
every
break
session.
into giggle fits. No, because it's fun. You get to see. I find when you make a character, no matter what that character is, you're always putting a little bit of yourself into it. And especially if you want to play a character, I find that's the key to wanting to play a character. Whether it's evil or good, there's something. And you get to see that with all your friends. You get to see what little quirk they're going to take of themselves and put into a character, and interacting with that. And it's fun. And, of course, story. You can't have a game without story. Even our battle royales that we have played in the past where we kill each other, we still have a story for it. And some people even have backstories for their characters. Like TJ.
Or
He's just TJ.
or your character where you were your own 15th kill.
Yes, or the one that my ejecture seat. 'Cause
Yeah.
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 That was.
I'm not getting into that on the podcast, but continue.
I fooled so many people with that. But yeah, I love that. I love making the characters and seeing how other people make theirs and interacting. But it's mostly about getting together with people.
Awesome.
What was the question?
What do you like about role playing?
What do you like about the role playing? Whether it's like online role playing or pen and paper or video gaming, what kind of thing really hooks you with the role playing?
Imagine a brain that's just breaking in half with that question. Because I don't know if I can answer it in any simple form or fashion or way.
We'll have you write an essay and send it in another time.
You want me to write an essay?
No. No, I'm joking.
How about a frugal essay? It'll be a podcast of its own.
How about
There
just
you go.
stick with pen and paper? Would that help?
To me, all role playing's the same. That's the
That's
sad
fair.
part, is that it's all the same. I've done LARPing, I've done online, offline. You name it, been done.
It could be because you have a slightly obsessive personality when it comes to these things.
Yeah, I'll be the person who's just like, hey, let's play every single day, or yeah, we're still playing, Rob, when you got up to work that day. Because I was just like, let's just keep playing.
That was funny.
We played very late one night. I had to get up and go to work in the morning. They kept playing all night until I got up. Then they went home. When I came back from work, we started playing again.
It was a rough year.
That's Crimson
We
Winter.
have a condition.
Yeah, that was Crimson Winter where we
Yeah.
kind of burned ourselves out.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
We
we've had those
played.
24-hour days.
Oh man, I remember, just as a quick side note, when we first started role playing down here in Windsor, we had some times where we would literally get together with the group, and we had like 2 cousins and 2 friends getting together, and we were playing. We started on a Friday night, and we played all through Friday night. We played into Saturday. We had a 3-hour nap Saturday afternoon. We played all Saturday night, all the way into Sunday. We played all Sunday during the day, all Sunday, and then we realized, oh man, we got to go to school on Monday, and then we went to sleep Monday probably around midnight. And then Monday during the day, you'd swear that this bunch of role players have been out drinking all weekend long, because when we came into school on Monday, oh man, we were gaming hungover.
Well,
we could barely walk.
There was also the Demonicus reunion
6 to
game
6.
that we
Oh,
played.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a year after the game itself. We already mentioned this. But we played Epic Level, and we made a laundry basket filled with baked goods. And
Yes,
we spent
I
2
remember
days
that.
baking prior to this event. And then we all secluded ourselves at Adam's house and did not leave for the entire weekend.
Yep.
That
That was awesome. I
Yeah.
loved it. I absolutely loved it.
running the actual Demonicus games, every time our start time was 6 o'clock, just after dinner. And then we'd be like, should we wrap up? And we'd look at the clock, and it'd be 6 in the morning. And one of our players would be like this on the couch, just and it was so much fun.
Oh yeah, it's like, yeah, guys, I'm not biking home tonight. I'm crashing here. Good night.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, so for any of those role players out there who have ever had those experiences, you're not alone. They do happen. Where you're playing a game, you look at the clock and go, oh my god, it's 4 in the morning! We gotta go to work tomorrow! Totally happens, and it still happens. We still get lost in it because we just have a great time. And I know I don't want to speak for everybody here, but I think everybody has a deep love for gaming, for role-playing, for just coming up with something and be able to give a story out to people that's something that's slightly outlandish, but also a lot of fun. with characters that are a lot of fun to play, a lot of fun to listen to. I know that's one of the things that I really enjoy about role-playing, myself personally, is just from a DM perspective, just putting it all together and watching it evolve. Like, from a DM's perspective, that's what I like about role-playing, is watching how things happen. I'll put you guys in a room, and you have no equipment or gear, go. And you have to figure out how to get out. And to me, that's amazing. Cause
you totally did that to us.
I know I did.
On Tuesday, you jerk.
I know.
See previous stories about Doomed Hometown. Doomed Hometown also contains all those belongings you carefully spent all your starting money on. God.
You made the nuke item selection and then went, erase it all? You're such a dick!
Well, we're not.
I've done that in a couple different games.
Kate, we're not sure yet.
Oh wait, no. To be fair, I think all of my stuff is at that house, which is probably still standing. We'll find out.
There we go. I've done that a couple times, by the way, and I'm just going to share a quick anecdote for people, just kind of as a shout out to one of my cousins I used to game with here. We had everybody picking our gear for a game one time, and I said, you guys can pick any gear you want. Doesn't matter what it is, you can pick any gear you want. And I'm saying, go ahead, pick crazy masterwork swords, spend your money. I don't care, because in my mind, I know I'm destroying every piece of gear they have. But for them, I'm like, pick whatever you want. He goes in the character generation sheet, and he picks everything. Like, absolutely everything. He has every single thing from literally every single thing from the equipment sheet. So I'm going through his equipment sheet when this boat that they're on explodes and starts to sink, and he's like a water mer person, so he goes under the boat and starts holding it up so everyone can get off the boat successfully without dying. So I take his character sheet and I look at him and what he has on him at the time. And in D&D 3.5, there's a heavy load. He was somewhere around like Titanic load. He had every item he could possibly have. I'm looking through it. He's got a grandfather clock that he has with him. That he spelled it wrong, so it's actually grandfather cloak. So his grandfather's cloak, but he spelled it clock. So, and then I'm looking through his sheet, and finally I find something, because he's doing strength checks that I give, the ridiculous strength checks to hold the boat up. He bought himself an anchor. So here he is under a boat with I'm like, no, man, you just sink like a rock. You have an anchor on you. That's what they're designed to do. So I very much enjoy nuking equipment from people. It's a lot of fun at times. And for my in my own defense, the hometown being destroyed, significant others being used as integral parts of the story, it's a lot of fun to find interesting ways to get people together, because if you'll notice, a lot of my beginnings, though that may be the overall theme, they all happen differently.
Yeah, it's a unifying thing.
It's something to get the party glued, working kind of thing.
Sometimes it works.
Oh, sometimes it does not work.
Yeah.
Like when TJ kills me with a stick in the first 30 seconds of the game. TJ's like, a lizard! Bam!
I'm hungry, lizard. Smack. Okay, let's TiVo that back 5 minutes, turn the game over.
Or half your party goes, I'm just going to go back and nuke everyone.
Yep.
What?
So we are...
I'm also good at evading questions too, apparently.
Yeah, I noticed. I just stopped asking you. I wasn't going to put you on the spot.
You got everybody else to say it, and then you guys all went on a tangent. It's everything. It's the music, because you do music in yours. We don't do them in the podcast for obvious copyright reasons.
Yeah.
It's the other players. It's their characters. It's my own characters. It's the backstories I'm allowed to get away with and or allowed to sneak in.
Having wings and a tail.
Yes, having wings and a tail. Shifty eye. It's now more of, since I managed to break my archetype of what I used to play, which kind of ended around Fredonia/video game, I'm now finding that I'm enjoying making characters a lot more, because I try now to specifically find how to make them not like I used to play. So I'm having a lot more fun in like that area is creating my character. And I also draw, so if I can draw my character, visuals are really good, and also the description people give in games is really good. So that's why I say like literally everything. Even the food that we eat before a game or during a game is really important, because like
when Cade whipped a gummy cherry at me, or gummy raspberry at me earlier on. I ate it. It's gone.
Yeah.
Or, I'd roll up for Fredonia with, 2 foot long subs, and everyone's like...
Or pull a thing of Reese's Bites out of your bag, and Cade's like...
Yeah. It's like, there's no way you're going to eat all that, but watch.
Yeah, and then halfway through game, you're like, who wants to go for a snack? Yeah.
It's the energy like this from, all the other people, because you could be having a really crap day, and you're like, okay, I want to go roleplay to get this over with, but then you're feeling like garbage, but then you start feeding off the energy off of all the other players. You're just like, yeah, I'm having fun. I don't care if I'm, throwing up 20 minutes from now.
I actually have a story story where Justine and Sarah saved me from a very bad day because of gaming and some cookies.
Oh, gee.
Oh, the smiley face cookies.
I had the worst job experience I had.
yes.
I got hired to help out with the haunted house thing, and then I found out that they weren't actually paying me. They thought I was a high school student, and yeah, darn baby face. And it was going to be community hours they were giving me, and this was just after I had a 12-year-old kick me in the nads. So I walked home, was angry, walked in the door. I'm like, if there's anything there, I want to kill it. And there were smiley face cookies.
On sticks.
On
Where'd
sticks.
you guys get smiley face
We
cookies
made
on
them.
sticks?
It was awesome.
Yeah, we made them
I
from
want
scratch.
smiley face
It
cookies
was
on
this.
sticks.
I have this cookbook,
Gotta get kicked in the nads by a
and in
12-year-old.
the
And they'll be delivered to your door.
That can be arranged.
We know some 12-year-olds.
I had this cookbook, and in the cookbook is smiley face cookies on a stick. And Sarah and Justine always thought
We
it
just
was
thought,
funny.
the funniest thing.
So
It was.
they would make fun of me for this cookbook. So then they did that, and it was that energy of the group, and it was an inside joke, and it just made everything better at that moment.
Justine's food makes everything better. It's just hands down.
It's like a mundane superpower.
Hey,
It's
do you guys
food.
want some chicken dumpling pot pie thing? Hell yeah!
You know you have a great group of role-playing friends when they walk in the door and they're like, who wants banana pancakes? And you're like,
man.
I do.
Hey, we definitely
Yeah.
have to do like a gamer's cookbook or something with all the
That'd
food.
that'd be
we eat.
awesome.
That's
Get
an
your brown
idea.
sugar bumps in there, the smiley
Ooh.
face cookies, your coffee,
your coffee bread.
your banana
Oh,
pancakes.
I
Ladies
can't-
and gentlemen,
It could
Dyson
be-
Stuff
Trouble
will
cupcakes.
create it.
Like a cookbook
No.
for
That's a
group
family
gaming.
Yeah, a group gaming cookbook.
Yeah, I love it.
We'll give him a cheap
I'll publish
recipe.
it.
There you go.
The soup.
Yeah.
And we have a publisher in the room.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
The Mirror World Publishing.
Is this the soup that
Gamer
only gets
cookbook.
spicier? or Whatever.
the spicy soup.
The stuffed peppers.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Whoa, there's an idea.
I don't have any recipes, man. It's called the Yellow Pages.
You can tell us.
TJ, the back of the book, we'll put a pizza joint number in there just for you.
We'll do beverages.
Oh, yeah, there, TJ. You can put some drinks in the back.
Cocktails, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, make up some cocktails for gaming.
A cocktail. I take the whiskey, put it on the counter, crack the whiskey, drink the whiskey.
That's about it.
Ingredients.
Ingredients.
Whiskey.
Oh, we'll
Shot
just-
glass
We'll
optional.
just put TJ's picture on the back and be like, "This is Chef TJ."
Oh my god. Just to screw everybody up.
We'll do a video where TJ has to try baking everything.
You know what?
Oh, that would
Believe
be
it or not,
awesome.
I
Some
I
good
am a
promo
decent
videos.
cook. I can make my way around the kitchen.
Oh, we're
make some
doing it.
wicked mac
We're
cheese.
doing it. TJ
Well,
trying to cook all these
well,
things.
I was pizza guy for like 4 years.
You do. You made
You
the
make a
best
mean
garlic
pizza.
breads ever.
Yep.
Well, I
Suck when
think
you stopped.
it's after 2 o'clock and we're a little off topic. We're talking about food and everything. But, I think that's something we're
Food
gonna-
is very
we're gonna
important
do.
for
Who
games.
doesn't have a game and doesn't have food?
That's
And the thing is, most people
True.
only think of gaming and think of like, oh, you got your pops, your chips, your like whatever else junk
Cheetos.
food. Yeah, Cheetos.
Mountain
Where's
Dew.
the Mountain Dew?
But it's like when we think about
I
it,
found the script.
I found the movie.
Oh, you did?
I have a copy of it. It's
Oh,
over there. I'll give it to you
God.
later.
The one we made?
Yeah.
I thought that was long gone.
No, I found it. PPS, everybody, in university, we had a friend, or a couple friends actually, that were in the theater section, and we did that classic skit of the Where's the Mountain Dew, if there's any girls there. We have a copy of it. We're all in, well, half of us are in it. I
need to
may
see
or may not post
just
it.
ask permission. Just ask permission from all the people.
I'm cool. I was
Okay.
just telling Jess the other day
Yeah,
about
we'll
that.
see
I
it.
thought it was long gone.
I need,
No.
to, I need
No.
to see this because I never saw the final product.
I don't think I've seen the final product
We will
either.
watch it today after the live cast is done. I'll find it in my pile somewhere.
Did you do both of them?
We
only
did
I-
do
saw
both
one.
of them.
I
The
think-
second one did not get finished editing.
Yes, I only have the first one. The
Oh,
second
okay,
one never
that's
got
the one I
finished.
That's
But I
the
have
one
the
that we
blooper
watched.
The
reel
second
from
one
the
was
second
so much better, though.
It was.
It was the one where you were sitting in a pile of garbage, and I was dating TJ.
Well, that's the one where the weird sexual tension happened between
Yes,
you and the other
between
player.
me and the other player.
And I don't remember any of this.
You were dating in the game.
I was dating Mike, and
Yeah.
then I left Mike
him.
for TJ.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
I do
right.
not remember
and her character was completely grossed out by Kate's character because Kate's character was sitting in a pile of garbage snacks.
Yes,
Like
yes.
pork rinds and Cheetos and Mountain Dew and the whole 9 yards.
There had to be Mountain Dew.
Hey,
I
Rob, do you
was the-
remember this?
He wasn't around.
Rob
Yeah, I
wasn't
totally,
You know
I
what-
totally remember this.
I remember it very clearly through a variety of different camera angles, like a flashback on a television show.
Well, that's better than me.
Well, I'm just going to say here, for anybody who is catching the live cast after it's already been posted, thank you very much for checking it out. We're having a good time doing this. We're going to try to make another one in this in the next month or two or so.
I also have plans of possibly doing the Google Hangouts so people can do one-on-ones with whoever happens to be around at the time.
There we go.
And also setting up the Discord because I hate Skype.
Yeah,
Sorry,
if anybody
Skype.
knows, there's a program out there called Discord. It's really, really
It's
cool.
amazing. It doesn't have video, but
It's
the
got audio
on it
and
is
it's got multiple
fantastic.
channels for you to use,
It's
and you can
free.
mute people if they're annoying you on gaming. And you can use it while you're doing your online games and everything. It's really cool.
We are not being sponsored by them.
Well, no,
But
It's
if
a free-
you want to sponsor us,
it's a free program as well, so
it's free
nice.
to download. It doesn't have ads in it. It's a really great program, and
And-
I'll post a link to our server for it.
Yep. And also, just so everyone knows, Dyson Stuff, we were away for about 6 months last year. We're kicking back up this year. We're going to get more things out for you. We got the Twitch channel up. It's going to start running more regularly shortly. It
fingers
is.
crossed, apparently.
Fingers crossed. It's going to start running more regular. We have another podcast, which I will now plug for. We are starting a new podcast for you. It's a D&D Classic 3.5.
The town's been blown up.
We'll see. Don't ruin the beginning.
We got all our equipment taken.
As well. Don't ruin it. But that'll be coming up probably in the next little while. I don't exactly know when, but we're going to get some backlog just so we have some time space. Of course, we have Humeons coming back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we got that coming back in. And of course, we got Air the Consortium that's going to be running strong. Also, we're going to have one or two individual one-shots from other games specifically that people are producing. So we'll be talking with the podcasters. We might even add in one or two new podcasters to kind of round out the mix a little bit. So we'll see what we do from there. People are giving me weird looks because they don't know this is happening.
Don't look at me, guys.
We're being replaced. We're being replaced. Revolt!
I'm always left in the dark. This is nothing new.
Don't worry, TJ. I'll call you the day before. I'll tell you we need another
TJ, you want
player.
to be in a game?
So I think we're going to end it here at about, been going for about just over an hour here. And again, if anybody out there listening to it after the fact has any questions, by all means, comment on the video. Make sure to like and subscribe to the Dyson Stuff channel. We're going to have more videos that are being posted as well. We're going to be going through some questions have been coming to me about DMing, like how DMing happens. We're going to be doing some videos on that topic about how to do DMing. So if anybody has any questions about that, we'll be throwing those out there as well. And so I'm just going to go around and let everyone say their own piece, say their goodbye, plug anything that they're doing right now if they have any projects that they're working on or anything like that. Just kind of go around the circle, and I'll start over with TJ.
Oh, you want me to start plugging stuff?
Okay, I'm going to start with TJ because he has a time limit.
Yeah, well, no, honestly, I'm not even doing all that much. I'm still doing YouTube stuff with Spectre Sound channel, recording, teaching how to record stuff and gear reviews and drumming stuff. I'll be doing up my own series on drum tutorials and the whatnot, very drum-centric stuff, starting up probably next month. And that's basically all I got going on.
Awesome. So you're still doing studio work with Spectre Sound, right?
Yeah. I'm just doing video editing, video work, lighting, scripts,
Nice.
and then drum demos when things come in.
Yep. Spectre Sound Studios, or
Spectre Sound Studios on YouTube.
Spectre Sound Studios on YouTube. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome recording.
We're pushing 190,000 subscribers right now, and we just passed 27 million views.
Awesome.
Nice.
When
Very,
you
very
do
cool.
your own drummer stuff, are you going to get your own channel?
That's a possibility. I also got some video game stuff for streaming and a couple other show type things that I have ideas for. I'm just working on getting some lights set up and a few other things on my end before I start going ahead with that.
Make sure you
Nice,
throw us
yeah.
links and stuff so we can,
Just let us know. We'll
pimp
let
it
everybody
out.
know it.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Pimp it out.
Oh,
On
I
a
got
side
no problem
on a
with
side
myself.
note to that, if anybody wants to see TJ and myself and a couple of other people that we know of that are in a video that we did,
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. It's Game of Thrones spoof video that we did with our rock band. So
Called Dreams Destruction,
Dreams
because that's how
Destruction,
you're going to find it on YouTube when you do the search.
that's true because Winter's coming. They'll get way too many other things.
Well,
Yeah.
at one point when we first put it
We
out, it
were
was
we
number
were the
3.
top. We were the top. But now it's just Dreams Destruction.
Winter
Winter is
is
You
coming.
could open a new tab right now and see where you are when you put in that search.
Yeah, I'm not going to bother with it.
We're still page 1. I know that.
There you go.
I'm done.
I don't have anything to plug. I got family life. Other than Dyson stuff, yeah, I love Dyson stuff.
Plug your family life, man.
Plug my family life. Shout out to my wife Jess and my 2 kids, Riker and Gwenna. Love you guys.
Woot!
Yeah. I'm not interested.
Hey man, at least your kids have real names, man. Mine are like JD and
That was an alcoholic joke for anybody who didn't get it.
Anybody who doesn't know. Sorry, Gail. I'm sorry. Your son's talking about drinking.
No, that's
TJ's not her son.
He is
Yeah.
now.
that'd be this guy on this side.
Anyway, next.
I work for Dyson Stuff. I also may be doing some, other stuff for other people in this room at some point.
You're also going to be one of the main people on the Twitch channel.
Yeah, the Twitch channel. That's why I laughed so much when you mentioned it, because I'm supposed to be doing that. But instead, I just play Elder Scrolls Online all day.
Well, we'll stream that then.
Nobody wants to see me running around not picking abilities and just crafting stuff all day and making people in the guild annoyed.
If you're narrating it, yeah, we do.
Stealing everything that's not nailed down.
No,
even
that
some
character
are.
is not a thief, though the other one that looks exactly like her is a thief and part of the Dark Brotherhood, so shanks everybody with the Blade of Woe. I also want to make it a really short Argonian shortly, and I get it, and turn him into my actual crafter so I can reroll my stats on my main and actually get her into fighting. Because it's really hard to do missions by yourself.
Yeah, because you can't fight.
I can't. I get to the boss, and then I have to call in other people because I can't defeat them.
So we'll keep you updated on the Twitch channel because we've got a bunch of stuff going
So
from there.
that's the plug I can put in there.
There you
Yay,
go.
my own stuff. Woo. Roberto!
I don't have any channels or blogs or anything like that. I have a couple of cats. Awesome. I'm in the Dyson Stuff podcast, so you can find me there.
Other than being a role player, I am also an author and a publisher. So my next book, called Uncharted, is coming out April 17th. You can check out mirrorworldpublishing.com or just look up my name, which should be listed on the Dyson Stuff channel.
It should be listed on there.
There you
It
go.
is. We're also going to be, just for everyone knows as well, we're also going to be taking individual headshots of everybody and putting them on the Dyson Stuff webpage along with a little bio blurb.
wait, is that
So-
today?
No.
My hair is a mess. Oh my god.
I'm hoping by the end of March that we're going to have the website updated, possibly a new layout, have all the bios up as much as people want to put up, put links to everybody's channels and affiliates and that, and get that going.
So by all you people that have been sticking with us out there in
We have 4 now!
Audio land,
We have 4 now.
yeah, all
Sorry,
you people
fourth
that have been
person.
sticking up for us and watching us and kind of being supportive of us this whole time, it's really going to start to kick it up a notch. So make sure to stay paying attention. And also, I want to plug something else that Justine did, actually. She wrote a triple book series based on a role-playing game that I made called Crimson Winter. And it's all from her character's perspective in the story. It's 3 books.
Yep.
What were they?
Crimson Winter, Ruins of Sapphire, Lands of Jade, and City of Ruby are the 3. You can actually, they're on sale right now at mirrorworldpublishing.com. You can get the whole series for $3 on ebooks.
Yeah, so
They're
she...
99 cents each.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's the world that we created for the role-playing game, and it's all based on her character's perspective. It's all from her what she sees and stuff.
Based
So-
on a true story.
And my name is at the beginning of the book.
Yeah,
I made a book.
Yeah, it was a very that game was amazing, but it was a very personal experience for me. So it was actually the thing that kind of kickstarted my writing career. I sat down one day and just had to tell the story that Adam had told to us, and just from my eyes, my perspective, and sat down and didn't stop writing for 3 years. So there you
It's
go.
like time skip.
Like I remember you back in Demonicus, you were writing your journals
Yeah.
and everything, and those were interesting.
That's part of fun of actually in role playing. Sorry, we went off topic again, but whatever. Is someone will actually do little journals and stuff. I remember in Fredonia, the character Toby, he had a journal he write. And I think he actually lost them somewhere, and he's just like, I hope somebody finds these books at some point, and started a whole new set.
Yep.
But the player would actually write down stuff.
I found it very, very funny, and I'm going to plug him again. The same player who played Toby, he played in Demonicus. What was his name?
Enkidu!
Enkidu. He was a genius, and he actually went through for video game design and everything too, and he actually created a program that would translate my made-up language into real English, and then real English back into the made-up language. It was awesome.
we need this program.
It was very cool. It was very cool.
A game that I ran with the same person. He created an app to simulate a bowling game, because the game was based on bowling. So he simulated the scoring system so that we could just hit a button and roll out a whole game of bowling.
Yep. Awesome. No, it's very cool. And some of the things you find, like, I don't know if anybody else, just let me know if you found anything like this over the years, anybody here. I have in the other room a binder that has some of the very first games that I've ever ran back from grade 6. And I still have some of my old drawings and the old characters. Do any of you guys have any, like, the really old
Oh, yeah.
things?
We keep
every
everything.
character
Yeah.
sheet. Like the Blue Dragon, my first character I ever rolled with you at your place. I played it for about half an hour. I'm like, okay, guys, I have to go to work now. Bye.
Yep.
In packing this last little bit, I found Drow the Drow Elf Druid.
Oh, you found him?
Yes, my very first
Nice.
character from when I was a kid.
That's awesome. I think my first character I ever played was a guy called Shylock. He was a wizard, an elf wizard, in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons with Thaco and everything. Oh my god, my brain. And you guys keep everything, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I couldn't tell you where they are, but they're they go in a folder or a pile or a bin somewhere, and they're all there.
Yep.
Awesome.
Every once in a while, I'm looking for something, and I'll pull this out. I'm like, I don't even remember what that game was, but this was me.
No, I found a couple like that from one-shots we ran and stuff. I'm like, I don't remember this character, but I made him.
There are times when people will tell me of games that I've ran, and I look at them like I'm staring at a bus that's
Yeah.
coming at me, and I'm like, what?
I've quoted moments from Crimson Winter at you, and you're like, what?
To be fair, there's a lot going on in there.
Yes. And
By the way,
I spent a
Kate,
lot
has
of
some
time
good
recalling
characters.
it to write it all down, so.
I have people's character sheets here, by the way.
Oh,
I
we
keep
do?
finding
Because
them.
when I lived out in the city, I gave you guys copies
Yeah.
of a couple of my
So we could have
characters.
Lavitz Bion,
Yeah.
who is your paladin.
I still have maps from that game I said I was going to run like 14 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that was a run-on joke for a good, like, 8 years. Oh, yeah, TJ's going to run a game. Yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah, that never happened.
We have to finish Fredonia. We have to finish Crimson Winter.
And video game is not over.
Oh my god. Just go to New Game Plus and call it a day.
So, and I know, for example, Sabrina, you, like you
I
said,
do
you
it.
draw. There are characters that you have that are drawn that we have just in binders and stuff, and you look at them, you're like, I remember that character. I
That's
remember
the only way I can remember things.
just drawing it out. Yep.
Or if someone like has something written down, my
I-
brain just can't remember things
I can't
properly.
draw. I have so much in there, I have to have reminders.
I was going to say, with video game you brought up there, I'm still the most powerful character in that game, aren't I?
You are.
I think I bowed out after, what, like the 12th
You were about level 6 or 7
Yeah.
or 8. No, you're level 8. Everybody else is like level 19, and you still have the most powerful weapon in the game, regardless of Cade's wielding lightsaber triple style of doom. You
Yeah.
have a signpost that has a holy gem in it, and it still does the most damage.
Yeah,
Yep.
which is ridiculous.
But that means nothing to the listeners because they don't know anything about that game.
So I'm just going to show up, like, the last 10 minutes of the last session and kill the big bad, like, hey guys, what's up? Whack. See you guys, bye.
Well, I think that's a wonderful note to end it on.
Whack, bye.
Whack by. All right. So from myself, Adam, and everyone here at Dyson Stuff,
Justine.
Rob.
Zanny, because that's how I always close out.
Cade.
TJ.
have yourselves a wonderful time, and thank you so much for listening to our live stream. Again, there will be more coming. Thank you very much, and good day.
Bye, Gail. Bye, the Razor. Bye, not Michael.
Is there anyone else we forgot?
No, there was a fourth that kept popping in, but they're gone now.
Okay. And
anyone who's listening to this after the fact, bye-bye.
or
Farewell.
Who's not signed in?
See you next time.
We got up to 5 people at one point.